My name is Meredith, and I'm here again to teach you how to paint realistic, beautiful paintings using acrylics as your color medium. The first few videos that we did, which you may have looked at, but if not, you might want to go back. We demonstrated how to change the value of our colors, and we also did some color wheel talk to explain about the color wheel. So we're going to progress into geometric shapes and why we use geometric shapes and how to paint them. The first one that you noticed that we used was the circle. We drew a circle with our charcoal, and then we made it into a sphere, which gave it the third dimension that we need. So we have a three-dimensional object now. And so we turned the circle into a sphere by giving it a shape using changing of values. Okay, so the next shape that we're going to discuss and demonstrate is the ellipse. This is a sample of a painting that has an ellipse in it. Okay, this is a cylinder shape, parallel sides that have been given a roundness by changing the value of our color, as we demonstrated before. But every cylinder is perfectly round. It has a circle at the top. Well, this doesn't look like a circle because we're looking at it from the side. So this is what I want to demonstrate today, is what this ellipse is and how to get it. And also, we're going to paint one. So the first way to see an ellipse is if you have an object similar to this plate. So it's circular. When you lay a circle down on the table, or you lay a circle down on its back, what you create is the geometric shape called an ellipse. And so, as you can see, as I lay this down, it isn't a circle anymore. It turns into a shape that is called an ellipse. And hopefully you can see that. Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate an ellipse on the canvas here. So here we have our circle, and it's a perfect circle. And this represents the ellipse. This is the circle laying down. And the important thing to notice about this shape is that when you divide it up and find its center, every section of this shape is symmetrical. This is the same arc as this arc. This one is the same arc as this arc. So this is a symmetrical geometric figure. And if your ellipse that you're painting is not symmetrical, then you won't have a realistic painting. And so we're going to go ahead next and demonstrate some shapes that are not ellipses. So you will know if you're painting that you've made a mistake and how to correct it. Okay, one shape that we often see in artwork is this one. There's an arc that they create. That looks something like that. But since this doesn't have that gentle curve that the ellipse has, these edges are pointed like arrows. You cannot use this to represent the top of a cup or a bowl or anything that's circular. So this figure here is not an ellipse. Another figure that is not an ellipse is two parallel lines. If your cup or your bowl has two parallel lines, one in the front and one in the back, even though it has some nice curves on the ends, remember that this is not an ellipse. It will not look realistic. Your bowl or your cup will look flat in the front and flat in the back. So remember, this is not an ellipse. If you see this in your painting, you want to make an adjustment. And these are all considered ovals, and an ellipse is an oval, but it's a symmetrical oval. And so there's one more that I want to show you, and it's our beautiful egg shape. So we have this big side to our egg, and then we have a small side to our egg. This is a beautiful shape, and it is used often in painting, but and it's an oval, but it is not an ellipse. When you divide this in half like this, you can see that this side and this side may be symmetrical, and this one, but this one and this one are not. So this is not an ellipse. So anything you paint that is circular in shape, the top of a cup, a jar, a bowl, a pitcher, anything like that, that is cylindrical, that has this cylindrical parallel sides, will always have the shape of an ellipse at the top. Okay, it also will have the same shape as it goes down the cylinder. So the dimensions of your ellipse have to be carried out no matter where you are. So this side of the ellipse and this side will be symmetrical. They'll be on the same plane. And as you get to the bottom, here's another ellipse. So if the bottom of your cylinder is straight across, that will not look realistic. So to make your paintings look realistic, remember that all of your elliptical shapes have to be the same from the top to the bottom of your cylinder. Okay, that is the story of the ellipse. And the next video we're going to do is we're going to paint one and show you the technique on how to make your ellipse look three-dimensional. Thank you.